No, it's alright. I'd rather be able to see you than be able to see your PowerPoint. One second. Let's time you. Or do you have your own timer?
I don't have my own.
1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes.
Okay, and it's 6 minutes is the limit?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
All right. 1, 2, 3, go.
Alright. Hi everyone, my name is Alison, and I would like to talk to you a little bit about a monument that defined the city. When you see Big Ben, you automatically think of London. And when you see the Empire State Building, you automatically think of New York City. The same can be said of the Leaning Tower of Pisa. Whenever you see that, you automatically think of Italy. But have you ever wondered why? Today I would like to answer that question, but in regards to a different monument, the Eiffel Tower. The Eiffel Tower is an incredible structure with a vast history that has come to define Paris. Today I'd like to talk about 4 main points: the history and construction of the Eiffel Tower, the controversy it stirred up in Paris, how it came to define the city, and something I like to call a trip to the Eiffel Tower. First, a brief history. Gustave Eiffel was born in 1832 in Dijon, France. He grew up to be a successful engineer and builder, and one of his most prominent works before the Eiffel Tower was the internal structure of the Statue of Liberty. Eiffel designed the tower for the Universal Exhibition of 1889, which marked the 100-year anniversary of the French Revolution. The construction took a little more than 2 years and was completed on March 31st, 1889. On its inauguration day, Eiffel climbed the 1,710 steps to the top and placed the French flag there. From that moment, it was considered the tallest building in the world, until it was beat out in 1929 by the Chrysler Building in New York City. After creating a plan for the Panama Canal that failed, Eiffel decided to dedicate his life to the Eiffel Tower. But this was a problem, seeing it was only built to last for 20 years, and many people had originally opposed the construction. On February 14, 1887, shortly after the construction began, many people in Paris published a manifesto in Le Temps, a French newspaper. It was mostly artists who thought that the Eiffel Tower would destroy the beauty of Paris. They wrote against the construction in the very heart of our capital of the useless and monstrous Eiffel Tower. Though this criticism was very harsh, Eiffel fought back and said that the Eiffel Tower would bring a new type of beauty to the city. Clearly, he won that debate, because the Eiffel Tower has come to be known as a global symbol. This occurred first in the 1920s, mostly due to the fact that many artists and painters, sculptors, singers used the Eiffel Tower in their depictions of the city. For example, George Seurat painted this picture in 1888, and this shows a more classic view of the Eiffel Tower and is accented by his use of pointillism. But at the same time, there's also paintings like this one by Marc Chagall, which show a more modern take on the Eiffel Tower. And this one was painted in 1913 and is called Paris Through the Window. Though these artists did a great job of depicting the Eiffel Tower, I think the only way you can truly appreciate its beauty is by going there. Have any of you ever been to the Eiffel Tower? That's cool. I was able to go in February of 2007, so I thought I'd show you a few pictures of my trip to the top to give you an idea of what it's like. You start out in elevators, and some of them have glass tops, which is cool because you can really get to see the internal structure. I went at night, and when you got to the top, you can see most of the city and all the monuments. If you can see up there, that's the Palais de Chaillot, which is like right behind the tower. And this is a picture of the Arc de Triomphe. And that's really cool because you can see the roads pointing out with the cars on them. And you can really see the shape of it. It kind of looks like a starfish. Another thing that was cool about being on top is there was kind of like a soccer field underneath, and there were people playing on it, and it really gives you an idea of how high up you are. And at first I was freaked out because I heard that the top is affected by heat and wind and it moves sometimes, but it's only centimeters, so you can never feel it. Another thing that was cool about at the top, they had these signs that showed you how far you were from different points in the world when you were on top. So when I was on top of the Eiffel Tower, I was 6,175 kilometers from Washington, D.C. Another thing that was great about going at night was that you could really appreciate the sparkling. The Eiffel Tower sparkles for 10 minutes every hour on the hour. And when from the outside it looks like a brilliant sparkling, but when you're on the inside it kind of looks like strobe lights going off. And it was cool either way though. So now that I've showed you a little bit about what it's like to go to the top, I'd like to conclude by saying that I hope you've learned a lot about its construction, history, how it defined the city, the controversy it stirred up in Paris, and what it's like to go to the top. The Eiffel Tower has a rich history of ups and downs, but it still managed to become a global symbol. Eiffel fought against those who did not believe in him. Eiffel did not let the city define him. Instead, he defined the city.